inject dependencies or libraries that we're going to use, features that we're going to access that are Angular libraries, I guess other modules essentially. And the UI Bootstrap one is an Angular one that provides us tags for all the little Twitter Bootstrap objects that you can build, like accordions and panels and things like that, and dialogues. I had to have an excuse to use it, so I actually use it for a little chat to hide the chat. It's just using a single entry accordion, just to cheat, completely abusing that feature. And then you'll see below that, we have this config entry. And the config entry says, I'm going to configure AngularJS, and I'm going to provide information as it's booting up. So this is kind of like your startup block. And we actually are injecting what they call Angular services. These $ things are called Angular services. So we're injecting a route provider and an HTTP provider. The reason you see them as strings above is because you can alias them to variables in the code that are different. So I'm just using the syntax of, here's the name of it in Angular's config, and in the code, I'm calling it route provider. I happen to be using the same name. So maybe I'm kind of doing that a little superfluously. But I think one of the things I think that helps with is when you do minification, it doesn't screw up the symbols because you have actual variables moving around. So there's a little bit of syntax that might be hard to wrap your head around early on. But the function basically does whatever we ask it to. And one of the things we'll ask it to do is set up the route provider. The route provider is your router. So you see two routes here. I have about 7 or 8, maybe 9 in our application. And basically, it's a little Fluent API. So you'll say, route provider.when, and we say we hit register. I should mention that register is not a server-side browse. Register is a # HTML browse. In fact, let me just jump over to the app briefly here and show you.